First of all, the hairs on my arm, and I don't have a lot of hairs on my arm either, are standing up. But I hope Marjorie Taylor Greene or somebody that is within her scope of stupidity sees this show and hears me when I say this, you.
There's a reason they call it Political Beatdown. Hey, I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network, and I co-host a podcast with Michael Cohen called Political Beatdown. I want to show you this full clip from that podcast where Michael Cohen just utterly takes down Marjorie Taylor Greene and the lack of normalcy, the lack of decency, the lack of humanity in the modern Republican Party. So let's play the full clip. You mentioned, though, these distinctions between, normalcy and absurdity. And that's why, though, you can't both sides. We can't both sides. Oh, on the one hand, you got Democrats who are normal. Do I agree with them on every issue? No. And on the other hand, you got Republicans who are absurd, and somewhere the truth is in the middle. No, maybe back in the day you used to have normal debates and discussions, but that's not what exists. So I want to show and expose here on Political Beatdown the absurdity, the deviousness, the frankly disgusting nature of what the Republican Party is today. And we can do that by looking at what just took place during some of these committee hearings. And I want to play these clips, Cohen, and then I want to get your reaction to each of the clips. So the first clip I want to play for you is in a committee hearing organized by the Oversight Committee, the powerful Oversight Committee in the House of Representatives. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a major leader. It's called The Consequences of School Closures, Part 2. The president of the American Federation of Teachers, Miss Randi Weingarten, they basically spread COVID disinformation during these hearings. That's the point of it. And then blame it all on Biden. That's the main point. So they bring in the head of the teachers union, one of the largest teachers union, Randi Weingarten. And this is the exchange that Marjorie Taylor Greene has with her. Play this clip.
Miss Weingarten, are you a medical doctor?
I am not.
Are you a mother?
I am a mother by marriage.
By marriage, I see.
And my wife is here with me, so I'm really glad that she's here. Rabbi Sharon Klein.
Miss CDC, as not a medical doctor, not a biological mother, and really not a teacher either. So what you did is you advised the CDC.
Mr. Chairman, that's a
excuse me, this is my time. People like you need to admit that you're just a political activist, not a teacher, not a mother, and not a medical doctor.
Gentlelady's time is expired. I now recognize Mr. Jordan from Ohio for 5 minutes.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. I just want to make note that the decorum of the attacks on the witness were unacceptable that the gentlelady from Georgia just did. And so it'd be nice if we didn't attack the witnesses, particularly when making a decision about whether or not she's a mother. You are a mother. Thank you for being a great parent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your point of order is recognized, Mr. Garcia.
A point of
now
order.
Recognize Mr.
Point of order. Given that his point of order is recognized, and given that that was not just cruel personal attacks to Ms. Weingarten, who loves her children, it is reflective of the cruel personal attacks to any adopted mother or father who love their children. So I would kindly ask that those remarks be taken out of the record for the sake of all of the parents who have adopted a child and love them dearly and see them as their own.
It was not a violation of the House rules. However, your point of order is recognized. I now recognize Mr. Jordan.
First of all, the hairs on my arm, and I don't have a lot of hairs on my arm either, are standing up. But I hope Marjorie Taylor Greene or somebody that is within her scope of stupidity sees this show and hears me when I say this, you, all right? You're going to turn around and all of a sudden an adopted child means that you're not a mother. Who's caring for that child? You, Marjorie Toilet Greene. There's no other way to put it. You are a disgusting piece of all right? You have no empathy for anyone. You are a grandstanding piece of that has no right to be in the people's house. You are a disgrace, not just to this country. You're a disgrace to humanity. So you.
I'll show you this next clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene, and this one is her talking
If I was there, I
about.
would have thrown a bucket of water on her. I really would
Yeah.
have. You know what? I don't understand why these people just sit there and they don't do something about it. You do not have the right to turn around. And remember, I was there before, not just the House Oversight Committee. I was 7 times. I was a witness before different congressional committees. Nobody went that far. They were pretty disgusting, the Republicans, to me, especially when it was live, because they're all looking for a clip on, OAN or Newsmax or, Fox or whatever. That's what she's doing. She's looking for a clip at the expense of Miss Weingarten, and shame on her. I'm so sick. I'm so sick and tired of their theatrics and their nastiness, their bitterness, the things that she says, it's almost as if she just lacks any humanity, no compassion, no nothing. And it really makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, and then in another committee hearing, also in the same day, there was discussion about this coin, and you'll see the full context of it. But it basically depicts a Border Patrol agent whipping a Haitian migrant, and a lot of people were calling that out, rightfully so, as we're better than that. That should not be on any memorabilia right now or official United States coins or in any of the states, and that's problematic. I want to show you this exchange where that's pointed out, and this is Marjorie Taylor Greene's response to it. Play this clip.
On it, it says, whipping ass since 1924. On the other side, it says, Horse Patrol Unit, reflecting allegations for years. There you see a U.S. Border Patrol agent with a whip in his hand, whipping a Haitian migrant.
I'd like to remind everyone on this committee that we swore an oath to uphold the Constitution, and that includes the freedom of speech. And so if anyone makes a coin that is offensive to you, then it may be offensive, but it's also someone's freedom of speech to make that coin. And everyone has admitted here that they don't know if it's an official coin. No one knows it's an official coin. As a matter of fact, you're admitting it's not an official coin. Not official. So we could talk about things that offend everyone. I could pull up my Twitter comments and talk about how offensive the speech in my Twitter comments are, and I could make a poster and show it to you all and talk all about it all day long. But as far as a coin that is not an official coin, and we're talking about taking legislative action on the Homeland Committee on an unofficial coin because it's offensive, is absurd. It's absolutely.
To the gentlelady's point, this is not about freedom of speech. In that uniform, there is a code of conduct, ma'am.
Correct. There's a code of conduct of law enforcement, and whether it's official or unofficial, they should not be sending around coins that have depictions of Border Patrol agents whipping Haitian migrants. And then they couch that as a freedom, as a freedom of speech. The MAGA Republican Party that is taking away the freedom of women to control their bodies, that's taking away the freedom of people in the LGBTQ plus community to marry who they love. They want to use big government to do that. Then they weaponize the term freedom and say, you can't take away our freedom to be hateful human beings and to spread hate and incite violence. They invert freedom.
Look, there's no sane human being on this planet that would turn around and say that the comments out of Marjorie Toilet Greene is not despicable. I mean, the notion that you would have a coin depicting the whipping of another human being, and in this specific case, a Haitian immigrant, this is so despicable. It is so anti-American. And the fact that this piece of shit is wearing a congressional pin, right? It's nauseating. I can't understand, where the is, Kevin McCarthy? Where the is the rest of the Republicans to admonish her and say this isn't normal? This is not normal behavior.
Michael Cohen's just the best. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Make sure you subscribe to Political Beatdown wherever audio podcasts are available. Make sure you subscribe to the MeidasTouch YouTube channel and go just search Political Beatdown on whatever podcast device you use. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas. Have a great day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.